Hello, everybody. Be Vicious here. It is officially NFL preseason time. Just yesterday, the Pittsburgh Steelers played the Minnesota Vikings in the Hall of Fame game, and it is officially NFL time. And I am an excited Bills fan. And here to start the NFL preseason, I am going to be creating a prediction for every single team in the NFL leading up to the official start of the regular season when the Steelers play the Patriots. So here first, I'm going to be doing a preview, a prediction of what the Buffalo Bills are going to be doing this season of 2015. So, going over what we did in the off season, we traded Kiko Alonso for LaShawn McCoy. We we got a brand new head coach in Rex Ryan and his staff, along with the offensive mind that is Greg Roman from the San Francisco 49ers. We also picked up Percy Harvin, Charles Clay, Richie Incognito, Jerome Felton, Matt Castle. Uh, who else did we get? We got that's that's mainly yeah, that's pretty much the who we got. In terms of that, we lost, as mentioned, Kiko Alonso, Denoris Cersei, and really we didn't, and Brandon Spikes. We didn't really lose too much anywhere. So we brought in a lot of additions, didn't really subtract much from our team, and we look to be doing very good. We were 9-7 last year, second place in the AFC East, and hopefully this year we can make it over the bump and into the playoffs for the first time in 15 years. I am very excited. My girlfriend's so excited for us. She even made me a nice, awesome Bills plaque that will be going up there. So that's how awesome I expect us to be this year. So, with that being said, let's go over our schedule and I will go game by game what I think is going to happen. We start the season off against the Indianapolis Colts. I think we're actually going to win this one. I know the Colts are very tough. Andrew Luck, they have a quarterback. We don't. It's going to be the home opener. Buffalo is always very good at home, especially that first game opening crowd is always very, very strong for us. I feel that this is just a team that we are going to be too physical for, which is how New England constantly destroys them. So us being a physical team, I think, is going to overwhelm them, and I think we're going to win that first game. New England is our second game, which, as of right now, it appears that Tom Brady is not going to be playing. Which, if that's the case, I'm very, very confident we're going to win that home game against them. Then after that, we've got the Dolphins on the road, which they play us very well at the Sun Life Stadium, or if that's still what it's called. But I think we're going to end up losing this one. This will be our first loss of the year. I think Dolphins will take that from us. Then next we've got the New York Giants. I with I'm not sure what's going to play out with Jason Pierre-Paul and his finger getting hurt and whatnot, but I feel like this is a game that our defense is really going to step up and do great things against Odell Beckham Jr. and Victor Cruz. I think this is just a game that we will over physical, we'll be too physical for them, and we will take this one as well. We are now at 3-1 after the first quarter of the season. So after that, we play at Tennessee, which we did actually fairly well on the road last year. So Tennessee, they're going to have Marcus Mariota. I think that our defense is just going to be too much for him as a rookie, and we're just going to overwhelm him. So I think that'll turn out to be a win. Then we play Cincinnati at home, which I think this is going to be one of those letdown games that we have very all the time. But I think that's going to be the case for this one, and we're going to end up losing this one. So that's next we've got AC Jacksonville in London, which will be the first nationally televised game via the internet. And I'm sorry, Jaguars fans, like you guys are getting just the shit part of the stick. Like it's so bad. I know you guys lost your first round pick this year, and you unfortunately got Doug Marrone as your offensive line coach, which when he was here, he's supposed to be an offensive line coach, but he took our offensive line and made it awful. So if he's going to do that, he could do that to you guys. So if that happens on top of you guys just being, one of the worst teams in the NFL, our defense is going to have a field day with you. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a win. After that, we go into the bye, and as of right now, we have a 5-2 record. We come back from the bye against Miami. That I believe is a Thursday night game. This one is at home, and I think we're going to take that one. So we're splitting the series at home with the Dolphins. Next, we've got at the Jets, which the Jets, they've definitely bolstered up their defense, bringing back Cromartie and Revis. But the thing is, I'm not too sure how their offense. I just don't see it with Geno Smith. I don't think he cares enough. He turns the ball over way too much. But it could be interesting. Maybe by this time, you guys will have Ryan Fitzpatrick in with Chan Gailey's system. He did very well, and if he did very well with the Bills under that system. So maybe he could do better in the Jet system with with Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker when he only had Stevie Johnson and David Nelson over here during that time. So it could be. Right now, I'm not too threatened by your offense, but if things could work out a little better over there for him. But I think we're going to take this game. Then we've got Monday night at New England. This is a game that most likely Tom Brady will be there. As much as I wish I could say it, I just don't see us beating them at home beating them on the road. I just don't see it. I wish, but I don't think it's going to happen. We'll put up a good fight, but I think they're going to take it. Then we got Kansas City, and we have dominated the shit out of you guys the last 2 years and just let the game go. And it's been very, very frustrating. But I think this year we're finally everything already was clicking. But I think this time we're gonna pull through and win it. It's not gonna be easy by any measure, but I think this time we'll pull it through. Then we've got, so right now we were at 5-2, 7. All right, so by this point it would be 8-3 after the win with Kansas City. Then we go into we go back home to Buffalo to play Houston, which I think this is going to be a game that it'll be another we struggle, and then I wouldn't be surprised at all if J.J. Watt did something to turn the tides. So I expect this to be a loss. However, if the Texans do not get if they don't get Arian Foster back, I would turn this to a win. But for now, I expect him to be there based on where we are now. Then we've got at Philadelphia, which would be the reunion of Shady back at Philadelphia, and we would be playing against Kiko Alonso. I think Philadelphia is going to take this one. I feel that they're just going to. I feel this might be another. We lost last week, and I feel that may trickle into this week as well. So that now brings us at 8-5. And then we've got at Washington, which I'm not threatened by Washington at all. Really, I don't really, Deshaun Jackson is obviously a solid player, but I'm not too, unfortunately, I think RG3 is past what his potential was because of the injury and whatnot. So unfortunately, I don't think he's ever going to turn out to be exactly what he should have been. So I think Washington will beat them pretty handily. Dallas, this is at home. You guys don't have DeMarco Murray. This will be in Buffalo, probably snow all over the place. To be a very, you're going to need a running game, and you against Shady, and I think Buffalo will take this one based on the set, how the environment will be. And what we do as a team, which is ground and pound as well as defense. So, and then after that, we got the Jets at home, which I think at this point would be 10-5. So with the opportunity to get in, I think we pull through, get the win, and 11-5. Now, whether or not we get into the playoffs will be determined later, as I'm going to do a prediction with every other team in the NFL, and based on that, I'm going to do a whole write-up of all my predictions for the teams, give all the standings at the end, as well as my playoff predictions before the season starts. So stay tuned for that. I will make sure to post that link on this video when that time comes. So with that being said, I predict that the Buffalo Bills will go 11-5 this season. Their position in the AFC East, as well as the AFC in general, is to be determined. So, what is your opinion of what the Bills are going to do this year? I've already addressed my opinion on the whole quarterback situation in this video over here, so if you want to check that out, you may go ahead, because that's all anybody seems to want to talk about with the Bills, and I understand why, but I feel that, honestly, whichever one of these quarterbacks comes out, I think we'll be able to get the results that I've just posted here, truthfully and honestly. So, I will now end this video. Make sure to subscribe and like. I am looking forward to any and all discussions that you have, and I will be posting the predictions of teams that I am most interested in doing next. So next I've got the Pittsburgh Steelers tomorrow. So have a great day. And I went to the wrong one.